Today I'm going to talk about a book called The 48 Laws of Power. This book is very famous among politicians, prisoners in the USA, celebrities such as 50 Cent, and people who are in power. I hesitated quite a lot if I should share this book with you or not, because the book is manipulative. To me, some of the laws mentioned there are unethical, and I personally don't recommend applying them. But this doesn't mean that they will not be applied against you by others. So, I'm going to share only certain laws that I believe can benefit you and help you stay protected when these laws are applied against you. Law number 1. Never outshine your master. While you try to impress the people above you, don't show your talents too much. This can make your superiors feel insecure and they'll find ways to replace you. For example, let's say you are 20 years old and have a new job where you have a team leader who is 40 years old. After several months, you realize that you know more than your team leader and have great ideas about your team or department. In this situation, never show your superiority because people in power never want to look powerless and weak. Your superior knowledge is a threat to your team leader and his position. He might smile at your face and act like he likes what you do, but be sure that in the first opportunity, he will replace you with a less intelligent person. Always know your limits, and if you want to implement your ideas, then do it in a way that makes your superiors look good and smart, even if you know that they're not. In this way, you will get their support, and they won't see you as a threat. If you look carefully, you might also remember some friends around you who did not obey this law and faced difficulties, such as a smart schoolmate who always showed off his knowledge and tried to look smarter than the teacher, but somehow always struggled to get a good grade from that teacher. Law number 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. The key to power is the ability to judge who is the best person to help your interests in all situations. Keep friends for friendship, but work with skilled and competent people, especially when it comes to doing serious business. Always stay away from your friends and instead hire a former enemy. The enemy will be more loyal than a friend because he has a lot to prove to you. The author says you should fear more from friends than from enemies. Friends are more likely to envy and betray you, and they limit your power since it's harder to keep a professional distance. Friends are not always honest, and they don't express their feelings openly, and it's hard to read their intentions. In general, people love to think that they have achieved something by themselves. That is why your friend can easily ignore all the favors you have done for him as a friend and start to think that he has achieved everything by himself. Law number 4. Always say less than necessary. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. If you need help from someone, don't bother to remind him of the things you did. Always appears better and more original than what comes after. If you succeed a great man or have a famous parent, you'll have to accomplish double their achievements to outshine them. Establish your own name and identity by changing the course. For example, let's say you start a new job and find out that the person who was working in that position before you started was one of the best employees in the company. Can you realize how hard it would be for you to succeed in that position? The previous person has already set a high standard and expectations, and people will expect the same from you. If you want to be successful in that position, you will have to produce twice the results of the previous employee in order to be noticed, or you must create your own way so that they don't compare you with the previous employee. Most probably, you'll not be able to do the first option as a newcomer, so the best way is to create your own way and distinguish yourself. But be careful when you do that because the past often has valuable elements, and it would be foolish to reject everything in order to distinguish yourself. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once.